Today, I'm doing a challenge that no one has dared to attempt in Black Ops 6 Zombies, a flawless Easter egg run. If I lose even 1 HP, I have to restart from the beginning. This is the story of how I became the world's first player to beat Liberty Falls without taking damage. Let's kick this video off by showcasing my weapon of choice, the Tanto. It gives me the mobility to avoid taking hits, and it one-shots to the head on rounds 1 and 2. Once I'm finished cleaning up here, I'll buy these pistols, which we'll need later, and start opening doors until I reach the bank. This room has some sneaky ways to deal damage to me, like this zombie on the ground. I also took damage in a way I still don't know how to explain. What? Oh, you gotta be kidding me! Let me know in the comments if you know what happened there. Opening the bank gives me access to my favorite training spot on the map, where I can safely finish round 4. But the real reason I prioritize the bank is so I can buy Juggernog. On the surface, this doesn't make a lot of sense, but applying one of the most hated augments in the game is the key to making this challenge possible. I'm talking about Turtle Shell, which nullifies any damage I take from behind me, like how the zombie shield worked in previous games. I'm staying in the bank for this vermin round. Vermin are slow when they're far away, and this corner gives me enough distance to watch both entry points. Finally, I can make my way to the upper section of the map and start building the jet gun. Gain a little extra speed with our knife here, a little extra speed with an H in there. Once I open the door to the graveyard, I need to stay there for a while so the groundskeeper spawns. But this is a dangerous area where zombies can attack from all around me. Fortunately, I can grab this hidden insta-kill power-up, and that gives me enough firepower to fend them off. If you didn't know, the groundskeeper will spawn here at the end of even rounds. No one online seemed to know this, so I struggled to get the toolshed key on some of my early attempts until I figured out the consistent way through trial and error. Didn't he just spawn? Did I miss him? I still have a major problem though. My weapons are getting weaker on round 7, and I need over 7,000 points to unlock Pack-a-Punch and upgrade my pistols. I couldn't get the hidden double points to spawn either, so I have to stick it out for this round. The best I can do is buy Napalm Burst and try to group the zombies together. This is a bad spot for me. I'm gonna slide through and do 3 mantles in a row to get out of that. Holy cow, that was crazy. It was risky, but I managed to line them all up with that triple mantle. After this round, I can finally Pack-a-Punch to get Sally in 4th. These explosive pistols are powerful, but dangerous to use without PhD Flopper. Thankfully, Turtle Shell also protects me from explosive damage, no matter where it comes from, although it takes a serious toll on my armor. These are so powerful that I overextended and flipped to round 9 before I meant to. After that, it's time to grab the water pressure gauge. I was so amped up that I accidentally started the process before flipping the round. Oh, I f***ed up. I'm not supposed to place it this early. When the zombies get close to me, I throw a decoy to keep them distracted. But there's something unique about the vermin here. They can spit at me from a distance. What? Really? So this time, the moment they started moving again, I used my Ether Shroud to dodge backwards and avoid it. That gives me just enough time to finish the process. Now I can grab PhD Flopper and stop worrying about the explosive damage to my armor. I need a mangler to spawn on round 11 for the last jet gun part, so I decided to challenge it in my home territory. Okay, we got it. Thankfully, we got it on first try. As I was picking up the mangler cannon, I got hit by a zombie for the first time. Had to take a back shot there. I probably need a better phrase to describe getting hit from behind. Now I can finally grab the last part, finish building the jet gun, and actually start this Easter egg. When I open this portal, zombies will swarm in from all around me and try to destroy it. You'd be surprised how much trouble I can run into on this step, especially if I try to save ammo by using the jet gun. This time, I refilled my pistol ammo so I can rely on those instead. Using double shots will prevent crawlers from showing up too. Occasionally, I'll blow up my jet gun to clear out the area. At some point, a mangler will pop in, so I make sure the portal has enough health to ignore it while I deal with the mangler. So far, the manglers haven't been much of a threat, but the one emerging from this portal is much more beefy. I tried to get the jump on it and open opened fire until someone tapped me on the shoulder. I activated the Dark Ether trap to finish him off, but he's so fast that he nearly ran through it. If he managed to tank that, it would have caused major problems. I got so lucky there. While I was dropping off this canister, another vermin round started, but this time I'm not at my preferred camping spot. I fired a couple warning shots to clear the area and thought I was good to leave until this happened. Wow! I got saved by Dr. Ram. Dr. Ram is an augment I equipped on PhD Flopper, which knocks down enemies in front of me when I'm tack sprinting. It's my last line of defense if an enemy does manage to get in front of me, so it combos perfectly with Turtle Shell protecting my back. I made sure to prepare the next ether canister before finishing the round. Let's get the second portal going. This area is much more open than the graveyard, but that means even more places that zombies can spawn from. I stood at a spot that was safe until I realized too many zombies were leaking from the other side, so I changed my strategy and gambled on the jet gun's normal fire. Before exploding, I positioned myself so the remaining zombies were behind me. That dealt with a ton of enemies, and my gamble paid off big time. I'm finishing this off with my pistols when I see something from the corner of my eye. I reacted just in time by rotating my turtle shell. Wow, quick reaction there. Just gonna stay on the move a little more so I don't get hit from behind like that again. With 10 seconds left, I saved my ammo instead of defending the portal, and prepared for my scariest confrontation yet, the Abomination. It wasted no time and fired a laser beam directly at me. Since I started the second portal at the beginning of this round, there's still a handful of zombies interfering with me. I waited for the Abomination's eyes to open and got another chunk of damage just before it fired another laser beam. I want all the extras out of the way right now, so I finished the zombies with my jet gun, but had to leave this vermin alive to prevent the round from flipping. I ran as far away from the vermin as possible and weakened the Abomination, but when I turned on the trap, I made a serious miscalculation, and the Abomination went to the opposite of where my canister was. Without any cover to hide behind, it fired a third laser beam. Uh-oh. I kept my back facing toward the enemy and used Omni movement to find safety. But while I was doing that, the round changed and zombies started spawning again. With the Abomination dead, I had to stay within the Dark Ether traps until they finally turned off. Get me the out of here. Now I have to get this canister to the other side of the map with zombies all around me. Eventually I made it to the church, but wasn't ready to start the final encounter. Zombies began pouring in and I couldn't find a good escape route. With no other choice, I had to burn my ether shroud right before the last step. If I had used my shroud while fighting the Abomination, I might have been toast there. But now that things have calmed down, I can call in the Tonto for one last mission, shooting this full power and replenishing my shroud. There it is. Thank you, Tonto. I also grabbed a third gobblegum and a Casimir with my leftover salvage. The final step is a 3-phase lockdown in the church that lasts approximately 5 minutes. And I barely survived 5 seconds the last time I was in here. Ah, dude. I just used my gobblegum. If I'm going to pull this off, then using my resources at the right times will be the key to victory. If I use everything too fast because I don't want to be vulnerable, I'll come up short at the end. But if I'm not fast enough or use the wrong resource, I'll get hit early. One misstep wipes away the 40 minutes I spend getting here. All I can do now is hold my breath and not mess up. Let's do this. For phase 1, I'm using 2 gobblegums right away, Temporal Gift and Killjoy. This 60-second insta-kill allows me to clear out enemies in front of me, and this is necessary because the zombies on the final step are built different. They have about triple their normal health and can match my run speed, even with stamina. My only way to outpace them is with an augment that boosts my slide speed, so even the fastest zombies end up behind me when they strike. Manglers also get a health boost, taking 6 shots with insta-kill active. When I feel like enough zombies are nearby, I'll keep my back turned and nuke them with the jet gun. A second mangler spawned in, but this time I'm not close enough to kill it instantly. This is a perfect time to use Ether Shroud and dodge its cannon. I need to maximize my time in here, so the rest of phase 1 is manageable when it wears off. I used the jet gun to clear out zombies again, and that carved open a path to beat the third mangler before insta-kill insta-kill wore off. I can't lose any more resources yet, so it's just me and the pistols for now. You can tell by my mouse movements when I'm feeling the pressure. In addition to avoiding hits, I also need PhD to open a small window where I can outpace the zombies and turn around to shoot them. I killed a bunch of them and heard a convincing sound effect, so I went to replenish my ammo, but I was ambushed. You got awfully close to me. With that, I've completed phase 1 of 3. But how on earth will I survive without insta-kill? For starters, I'll wait for some more zombies to spawn in, then pop my last gobblegum, Idolize. This makes me invisible to zombies for 30 seconds, although the downside is, I have to hunt them down in order to kill them. Still, I need to make the most of this time so less zombies will spawn when I'm visible again. There's one last trump card I've been waiting to activate, but the problem is, it's located on the other side of the room from where I am right now, guarded by enemies. In this split second, I'll need the jet gun to kill these enemies and suck up this trophy at the same time. Oh! I nailed that! Perfect transition! I have 90 seconds to transform into Etherella and deal as much damage as possible. I'm immune to taking damage in this form, so it's my only hope of taking out the Elite Mangler on this phase and the Elite Abomination on the last one. The kills I got in Idolize paid off, as I finished phase 2 with 70 seconds remaining. Whoa! Already? I just need my shroud to recharge, and we should be plenty good for that. My wave of destruction continues. As much as I'm thrilled with the zombies and manglers I'm killing, the Abomination is running behind. When it finally showed up, I only had 20 seconds left in Etherella form. It's resistant to my attacks, but I can get more hits from my beam by rotating left and right. With 5 seconds left, I wrapped up my business with the Abomination and manglers, but there was no time left to finish the normal enemies. If I don't position myself correctly, they'll hit me when I change back to my normal form. So I ran forward to make some space, turned my back to the nearby vermin, and used Ether Shroud once again. I pulled out my jet gun and finished this group of zombies, but it became clear that the fight wasn't over yet. I double packed my pistols and prepared to finish the stragglers, but the lockdown still wasn't ending. I just need one more item to finish this off, and as I ran towards the back of the church, I realized the missing piece, the Casimir I bought before this fight. When I used it, 2 zombies appeared right in front of me, but I pulled off a miracle and rotated to block them consecutively. Then a third one appeared, and the Casimir still hasn't activated yet. As it turns out, I threw it to a spot where it couldn't be used. I don't have the option to rotate right this time, but Dr. Ram saved me from this zombie and the next one. There was one more crawler waiting for me at the end, so I veered to the left. Finally, with some open space, I was able to release my Casimir. How did I take 4 hits there? I did it! I did it! Yes! F yeah! Let's go! Usually, the game will down you when you finish the lockdown, but Turtle Shell protects my health during the blast, so there's no question about whether that counts as taking damage. But this story doesn't end here. I'm on a mission to complete every solo Easter egg in Call of Duty Zombies without taking damage, unless the type of damage I'm taking is necessary for an Easter egg step. Make sure you like this video and subscribe for the next no damage challenge, Citadel des Morts. I'll see you next time.